Just a few years ago, humanoid robots were little more than sideshow tech. Shiny, clunky machines that wowed crowds at expos but didn't actually do anything useful. They'd wave, dance, maybe say a few words, but then quietly roll off stage. They weren't built to help us, and they definitely weren't replacing human labor. But something's changed, quietly and much faster than anyone expected. Right now, robots are moving into hospitals, patrolling buildings, and preparing to take over dangerous jobs in shipyards and factories. Companies like Foxconn, Nvidia, and even startups backed by NASA veterans are no longer promising a robotic future. They're delivering it.
Who could that be? Bagel delivery! What? I didn't...
This isn't a story about what might happen someday. This is about what's already happening and what it means when machines start doing jobs we thought only humans could handle. And here's something you won't want to miss. If you watched our last video on VO3, the ultra-powerful video generation AI, stick around. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you probably can start using it completely free. No complicated setup. It's one of the smartest tools out there right now, and I'll walk you through exactly how to get access. The humanoid nurse that never sleeps. At this year's Computex, a surprising partnership dropped a bombshell. Foxconn, Nvidia, and Kawasaki unveiled a humanoid robot called Neurobot. And no, it's not another rolling tray robot that brings you water. This machine is already assisting real patients in a functioning hospital. Developed in partnership with Taiwan's Taichung Veterans General Hospital, Neurobot isn't just a flashy prototype. It's built to solve actual problems plaguing healthcare. Shortages of staff, overworked nurses, and the rising demand for elder care and aging populations. What makes Neurobot different? It's packed with AI capabilities that let it monitor vital signs, assist with mobility, deliver meals and medications, and even provide basic companionship. It doesn't just follow orders, it learns. If a patient tends to wake up at 5:30 a.m. or needs assistance turning over at night, Neurobot adapts to that behavior and adjusts its routines accordingly. All of this is made possible through Nvidia's powerful AI platform, which allows Neurobot to process huge amounts of data in real time. It can spot anomalies in a patient's vitals, identify emerging needs, and react without waiting for a nurse to notice something's wrong. And the results? Early trials show that nurses are loving it. It takes care of the repetitive, time-consuming tasks, freeing up human staff for emergencies and more complex care. Patients, meanwhile, say they feel less alone knowing the robot is always nearby. Foxconn hasn't made a formal press release yet, but Nvidia's statement suggests this is just the beginning. In a world where hospitals are constantly stretched thin, Neurobot isn't just a convenience. It could become a permanent part of the care team. But while this nurse is already making rounds halfway across the world, another robot is quietly being tested, not in hospitals, but in shopping malls and corporate towers. The friendly security guard from the future. In Singapore, a company called Certus is approaching humanoid robots with a different mindset, caution. While Foxconn and Nvidia are racing to deploy, Certus is carefully testing its first full humanoid, built by robotics firm Agibit, inside controlled environments. And unlike some companies that hype their tech from day one, Certus is calling this exactly what it is, a research project. The robot isn't patrolling the streets or checking badges just yet. Instead, it's being studied for potential use in building security, customer service, and facilities management. But don't confuse caution for lack of ambition. Singapore has long been one of the most automation-forward countries in the world. Certus is deeply embedded in that ecosystem. They already use service bots and autonomous surveillance units. This humanoid, though, is different. It's designed to interact face-to-face, walk among people, hold conversations, and assist staff on the ground. What really sets it apart is how it fits into Certus's orchestration platform known as Mozart, a system that links maintenance, customer service, and security operations in real time. The idea is for the robot to one day integrate into this network, helping human staff while improving efficiency. But there's something deeper going on here. Certus knows that rolling out humanoid robots too fast could spook the public. That's why their approach is slow, deliberate, and aimed at building trust.
You serious?
Because when robots start looking and acting like us, even small changes can trigger big reactions. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, a team of ex-NASA engineers isn't just testing robots in clean offices. They're preparing to send them into one of the dirtiest, toughest industries on Earth. NASA veterans build the shipyard worker of tomorrow. Over in Houston, a startup called Persona AI is moving fast, and they're not playing around. Backed by $27 million in pre-seed funding, this team isn't made up of fresh grads or Silicon Valley pitchmen. The founders are robotics veterans from NASA and Figure AI, including Nick Radford, who previously led Nauticus Robotics, and Jerry Pratt, a pioneer in advanced humanoid design. Their mission? To build robots tough enough for the kind of work that humans don't want, or can't afford, to keep doing. We're talking about shipbuilding, industrial manufacturing, and other backbreaking, high-risk jobs in environments too rough for most machines. Persona isn't building showroom robots that do backflips for applause. They're engineering muscle, humanoids that can operate in chaotic real-world settings, lifting heavy parts, climbing stairs, and working through long shifts without rest. And they're targeting a very specific goal: replacing labor in the kinds of industries that are critically short-staffed and physically punishing. Like this video? Then hit like and subscribe to help us with the algorithm and show the video to even more people. One of the most interesting parts of their model? It's not about selling robots. Persona is going with robotics as a service, a subscription-style approach where companies can rent what they need, when they need it, while Persona handles the maintenance, upgrades, and AI updates. It's flexible, scalable, and way more appealing for companies that don't want to drop millions up front. And this isn't a pipe dream. They've already locked in a deal with HD Hyundai, the world's largest shipbuilder, to begin deploying humanoids in real shipyards within 18 months. That's not a maybe, that's a countdown. And Persona isn't the only company aiming to transform dangerous work. Another contender is already rolling out machines that look more like armored tanks than humanoid assistants, and they're built to take on the toughest jobs on the planet. The outdoor beast built for battle. Meet Titan, a rugged industrial-grade robot built by RoboForce. Unlike the sleeker humanoids designed for hospitals or customer service, Titan was made to get dirty, really dirty, designed for jobs in extreme environments. Think mining sites, blazing hot solar farms, chaotic factory floors, and even potential space construction. Titan is built for endurance, and it shows. The robot comes in two main forms, one on wheels for smooth terrain, and one with tracks to handle rocks, slopes, and whatever else gets in the way. But Titan isn't just a brute force machine, it's running AI that's deeply integrated into its hardware, a level of co-optimization that allows it to adapt, learn, and function in unpredictable environments. Weather conditions change hour by hour or obstacles suddenly appear, Titan recalibrates and keeps moving. Its physical capabilities are just as impressive. Titan can lift up to 40 kilograms with near lab-grade precision. It has over a meter of arm reach and the kind of fine motor control you'd expect from surgical equipment, not an outdoor tank. But what really sets RoboForce apart is their philosophy. Instead of trying to program robots for every possible scenario, they've focused on mastering just 5 core actions: pick, place, press, twist, and connect. According to them, most industrial tasks, whether it's installing solar panels or assembling heavy machinery, can be boiled down to these 5 movements. By perfecting those, they're creating robots that don't need endless retraining. One machine, one skill set, dozens of industries, and they're scaling up fast. With $15 million in total funding and a new Silicon Valley HQ, RoboForce is already testing Titan in pilot programs with real companies and real job sites. But while Titan is flexing muscle, another breakthrough is quietly teaching robots to use strength and balance at the same time, something that's been nearly impossible until now. The AI brain, teaching robots to walk and work. At Carnegie Mellon University, researchers have been tackling one of the hardest problems in robotics: how to get a humanoid robot to walk, balance, and apply force with its arms, all at the same time. It sounds simple, right? We do it without thinking. Pull open a heavy door, lift a box while stepping backward, or hold a load while adjusting our footing. But for robots, this is insanely difficult. The forces involved can easily knock them over, and coordinating limbs without falling apart, literally and figuratively, has stumped engineers for years. Enter Falcon, a new AI control framework developed at CMU. It works by dividing the robot's brain into 2 specialized agents. One controls the legs, and the other controls the arms. But here's the catch: both agents share data in real time. This allows the robot to adjust its balance as it applies force, essentially thinking about posture and pressure simultaneously. They tested Falcon on 2 humanoid robots, Unitree G1 and Booster T1, and the results were impressive. These machines could now pull carts, push against resistance, and lift heavy objects without tipping over or losing control. In fact, one robot was able to apply 100 newtons of force, roughly 30% of its body weight, weight without toppling. Even more impressively, Falcon doubled the arm accuracy compared to older control systems. That means robots can now handle tasks that require both strength and finesse, like opening stiff doors or moving awkward loads, while staying upright and balanced. Now, it's not perfect. The system still struggles with tasks that involve twisting or torque, like using a wrench, and it can't yet calculate force distribution across other parts of the body like the shoulders or torso. But for real-world use in unpredictable environments, Falcon is a massive leap forward. Robots aren't just becoming stronger, they're becoming more coordinated, more adaptable, and more capable of working in the same messy, chaotic spaces that humans do. And that's the part nobody's really prepared for, because these advances aren't just improving robots, they're reshaping what kinds of jobs robots can actually take.
Nice.
As promised at the beginning, how to get free access to VO3. If you haven't seen our last video about VO3, check it out after this video and have a look in our playlist. Alright, here's the part they don't really advertise. VO3, Google's AI video generator that basically makes short films on command, is locked behind a $249 per month subscription. Or so it seems, because if you know where to look, there's a loophole. At least at this time we released this video. Let's break it down. Google currently offers two AI plans, the Pro tier and the Ultra tier. Ultra is the beast mode plan we already covered. $249 a month, insane GPU access, and full VO3 capabilities with Flow. That's the premium buffet. But here's the twist. You can actually access VO3 with just the $20 a month Pro plan. Now, Google's pricing page still says VO2 in some places, but don't let that confuse you. So yeah, it's real. What's the catch? It's limited. You'll get enough credits to generate about 10 VO3 videos per month in Flow, and another 10 inside the Gemini app. That's roughly 20 clips total, enough to experiment, test ideas, and see what the hype is about, without blowing $250. But now, here's the real gem. Google is currently offering a free trial for the Pro plan. When you sign up, you get 1 month free. You do need to enter your payment info, but if you cancel before the trial ends, you won't be charged a dime. That's 20 VO3 videos, completely free. And if you're a student, it gets even better. At the time of recording this, Google is giving verified students 15 months of the Pro plan completely free. You just enter your student email, verify it with a code, and boom, you're in. So to recap, $0 for 1 month of VO3 access via Pro trial, 20 video generations using Gemini or Flow, 15 months free if you're a student, with verified email. It's limited, yes, but as of right now, this is the only working method to access VO3 without paying ultra prices. No shady hacks, no loopholes. Just smart timing and a little bit of fine print Google hoped you'd overlook. If you found this information, please like and subscribe and get more useful hints in the future. The quiet revolution has already started. This isn't a preview of the future anymore. Humanoid robots are already assisting patients, testing in shopping centers, gearing up for shipyard deployment, and handling dangerous jobs outdoors. And the companies building them aren't just pitching ideas, they're raising millions, signing deals, and setting real deadlines. Foxconn, Nvidia, HD Hyundai, NASA alumni, and world-class universities are all in, pushing forward the quiet revolution that most people still don't see coming. And it's happening fast. As AI control systems get smarter and hardware becomes tougher, we're seeing the boundaries of automation dissolve. Robots are no longer confined to factory floors or assembly lines. They're entering spaces that used to belong exclusively to humans: offices, hospitals, shipyards, and streets. The big question isn't if they'll replace human workers, it's how soon, and in which industries first. So the next time someone says the robot takeover is still years away, you might want to ask them to look again, because while we're still imagining the future, these machines are already clocking in. So take a deep breath, check out the links in the description, and see you next time.